Hey, what is going on everybody? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the vlog. Hope everyone is having a fantastic day. It has been a hot minute since I made a video, but unfortunately I have been so busy with life. And being a part-time YouTuber, I've been working on a lot of personal things outside of the YouTube channel, and unfortunately that has bogged me down, but I'm back to make some content and update everybody on the latest and greatest Corvette news on the channel. And I know excuses aren't apologies, so I do apologize for the inconsistency of the content, but I do hope to get better at it as the channel progresses. I had information last week, Thursday, the allocation that released for the Z06. I actually knew about it 4 days prior on Monday, but I didn't get a chance to make a video until the allocation release was made official. And so I have been doing a lot of chasing down leads and verifying facts and separating it from fiction, but I just haven't been able to sit down and make a video until today. So today, let's talk about the C8 Corvette E-Ray being banned from competitive events, which made a lot of noise last week. And real quick, if you are stopping by for the first time, please hit the subscribe button for the most inconsistent YouTuber on YouTube. Hit the thumbs up button if you like this video and leave a comment down below. But last week there was a lot of noise about the National Council of Corvette Clubs banning the C8 E-Ray from competitive events, and the rules specifically outlined electric vehicles but didn't say anything about hybrids, and so I was a little skeptical rushing the gun in sharing that content, so I tried my best to verify it, and in the meantime NCCC has come out with a formal update clarifying the misunderstanding that the C8 E-Ray is not in fact banned at all from the competitive events that was thought last week. And this information comes to us from the NCCC themselves. They have stated that they have adjusted section 1.8.14 of our event rules to allow for the inclusion of hybrid vehicles in NCCC events. The rule was originally intended to only apply to fully electric vehicles, and the C8 E-Ray will be allowed to compete. I believe the quickest Corvette in history will be the great addition to our future events. And that message comes to us directly from Deb Murphy, the president of the National Council of Corvette Clubs, who provided this update statement. And there was word going around, Corvette Blogger did share this, that the Corvette production manager had stated that there was a misunderstanding, that they had already discussed this and clarity was coming about, which is why I held off on making a video. I know other people rushed to it, but I was waiting for this update to come down the pipeline to share that yes, in fact, you will be able to competitively use the C8 Corvette E-Ray, and it is not banned from competitive events. And this all really comes down to the fire aspect of these cars. When they get pushed to the limit, they do run at a hotter temperature and they run the risk of fires and burning things down. These are harder fires to put out. If you see some of these pictures and videos of the Ford F-150 Lightnings, they have to empty tankers full of water to put out one of these fires, and pretty much they just have to let it burn until it goes out, because there really isn't a lot of great options given how high of a temperature the electric vehicle burns at. So that's why these vehicles are banned from competitive events. But the C8 E-Ray being a traditional hybrid vehicle, Corvette Chief Engineer Josh Holder has stated that the safety aspects of the E-Ray are much better than a full EV vehicle. And next up on our list of updates for the C8 Corvette, we have a big change coming for 2024. We are going to get a clear engine cover for the hardtop convertible. This is something that Corvette enthusiasts have kind of longed for a long time, and we finally have confirmation from the Corvette Bash at the National Corvette Museum that this will now be a factory option, which I think is awesome. It will be available on the E-Ray, it will be available on the Stingray, and it will be available on the Z06 for 2024. And I will have a more comprehensive video breaking down the 2024 Corvette updates, but for now we can go ahead and say that this is an option that Corvette has confirmed to us. I personally don't think it's that great. Pricing isn't available, but it is something that if you have an older model of the C8 Corvette, you will be able to get as an accessory and put in on your HTC to have this clear panel. So here are some pictures from Corvette Blogger. They are showing a silver cover here with a clear kind of glass or plexiglass material that allows you to see the engine bay. So this option will come with either a red engine cover or a silver engine cover with this clear bay kind of divider panel. It's called the ZZ3 Engine Appearance Package for all convertible models and will be available through Chevrolet Accessories, as I mentioned, so you can retroactively fit this on older C8 Corvettes. And they actually quickly installed this at the Bash event on the cacti green, one of the ugliest colors I've ever seen on a production Corvette at the NCM Bash. I personally would have liked if they did something like this Technica. I've seen this in person, and you can actually see the engine bay with the top down. This is something that an aftermarket cover that's on the market right now does offer, and I think it looks way better, and I think GM really needs to offer something to this caliber at least for the higher trim levels like the Z06 and the E-Ray, but for now this is the best that we get in the form of a clear plastic cover that you only really see when the top is being closed or opened. Hopefully in the future they offer one that you can actually see the engine bay through a nice cutout panel while the top is up on the car, but at least the cover is down, so you're not in the transition period where it's the only time you can actually see the engine. But again, all really cool stuff. I will try to be more consistent on the channel in the coming months now that the summer season and the spring season and car season specifically is upon us. Unfortunately, no good update on my Z06. I've pretty much given up hope. It's frustrating to see how poorly General Motors is handling the distribution of allocation for the C8 Corvette. I have an amazing story that I will document on the channel where a dealer basically screwed a customer on an agreed upon price, and General Motors has done something unique, like very different, that nobody else really knows about right now, because I'm still trying to get my facts in order and waiting for the customer to get their Z06 after what General Motors did for this customer. So it is a little bit refreshing to see General Motors putting in some effort, but again, overall I'd say I would personally give them a 1 out of 10 for how they've executed the Z06 allocation side of it, and I give them a pass on the production side because of part shortages. But it's so frustrating to see so many Corvette enthusiasts and customers routinely get abused by General Motors dealerships, and GM play the coined card that the dealers are independently owned, so they can't do anything but give them these cars to abuse customers with. Again, I don't agree with it, and I'm sure I will piss somebody off at GM, but at this point, what are they going to do? Take away my Z06 that I don't have? I've spent literally the last week banging my head against the wall with the typical General Motors Cadillac dealership experience, which I have to say is just as bad as trying to deal with dealers on Z06s right now. And mind you, this is on a mass-produced SUV that dealers want crazy and outrageous numbers over MSRP. They want to shake you down on your trade. They want to try to force you into financing. This is all just a horrible experience that reflects very poorly on General Motors' brand. And as a loyal customer for a long time, it is disheartening to see General Motors just continue to allow this kind of stuff to happen to the end consumer, because at some point the customer has to just walk away, and I am personally reaching that breaking point. So stay tuned for some of that in the future. Again, small little rant at the end, but if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a big old thumbs up. If you have not already, definitely go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It is free and only takes a quick second. There are some additional changes coming for 2024, including some new animation changes, very minor stuff that I've picked up scouring the internet and watching videos and being observant, and basically being the nerd that you all know me to be. There's additionally some changes on options configuration. Some stuff that was only available on higher trim levels are now going to be available on the base Corvette going forward. So 2024 does have quite a few amount of changes that I'm still kind of putting a list together for. And it's more than just color options and stripes and stuff like that. All that stuff is going to be available in the order guide in July, or here on the channel in the near future. So as always, until the very next video, I look forward to seeing all of you in the comment section below.